Andy, I've got fucking bed aids again. Jesus. Considering how much effort I put into making all of these nice beds, it's amazing how pretty much every time I get in one, I catch some kind of fucking pox. Right. I haven't got time to see the doctor. I am just going to chug. Oh, fuck. What pox have I got? Lethargy. Oh, fuck. I'm going to just put up with it because I want to get fucking moving. Might go and see if I can quickly speak to the doctor, but I have a feeling she's off duty.
Just wanted to trade a few things.
Yeah, she's off duty. Two fusion cores, is that going to be enough? Yeah, it's 3 in total. Right. And the long march begins. I'm going to go and unlock Coastal Cottage as well. Fuck it, you know, since I'm here. I'll unlock Coastal Cottage and then work my way around building some recruitment beacons. Or I might actually, you know what, where is that quest? Fuck it, I'm going to go and do Tradecraft. Why? Because that is so cool. That is so cool. Very slightly fucking surreal. But that is a pretty amazing animation that someone programmed there. If we were playing The Division, I probably would have paid had to have paid an extra £3 for that. Anyway, I'm going to do Tradecraft because Tradecraft will give me my ballistic weed body armor. And I'm on a promise. After the prostitutes all piled out of Red Rocket and saved my life when I was being stalked by that legendary Deathclaw, I feel honor bound to reward them with some better quality armor. Not to mention, it means I can start backfilling my provisioners with cocktail dress wearing prostitutes, which is the ultimate goal, obviously. It would be so cool having armies of heavily armed cocktail dress wearing provisioners roaming the land, making it safe for me. But in order to make them reasonably efficient, I really need the ballistic weave. Rico, I see you've set up the supply line on your new 6 bases. Yeah, I did it I think just before you came on stream actually. I think I did 2 of them earlier today when I came on. Connected Nordhagen to Hangman's. But yeah, I've just done those 2. That one, that one, that one. So yeah, I will say this is one of the only times I've ever not connected those bases there to there. Every time I try and work out a better arrangement, it's like the travelling salesman problem. Which, if you're a Fallout 4 player, Soul Reaper, hello mate. Thanks for dropping in, dude. But yeah, at the risk of having a complete fucking nerdgasm, if you're a Fallout 4 fan, you should Google the travelling salesman problem if you're not familiar with it. But it's basically this seemingly simple problem, like what's the fastest route between X number of locations, hence travelling salesman problem. The only thing is it actually turns out to be remarkably difficult to solve, and I think there's still competitions to sort of design new ways of computing it, because you can brute force it by just basically trying absolutely every different possibility, and then eventually you'll work out which is eventually by trial and error you can work out the shortest problem. But calculating it, I think, is quite hard. It's pretty obscure and it's pretty fucking nerdy, but if you're into Fallout 4 and building settlements, I'm sure you'll understand the relevance of the travelling salesman problem. It's interesting stuff if you're into that kind of thing. So Rupert says, how you doing? I'm actually excellent, thank you, mate. I've made decent progress with the old bases and managed to finally get myself a fairly reasonable gun. Bit worried I'm going into the fucking belly of the beast here, poorly equipped, but fuck it. I'm gonna be on for another hour and a bit, and I just thought people can watch me walking between various bases, or we can just go in and get stuck in with this quest line. Right, where is Deacon? Pretty sure I know what's... Soul Reaper says, it's weird, I had my grad project on TSP. Travelling sales... TSP, Travelling Salesman Problem. Shit. Okay, that's a pretty big coincidence anyway that you've heard of it, but to have done a grad project on it. Yeah, I read something about it, and it's one of those things where it initially seems pretty straightforward until you actually learn more about it, and then suddenly you appreciate just how fucking deep it goes. He's above me, isn't he? Oh no, he's not. Yeah, I think there's this whole host of like scientific problems where they can brute force them just by getting a powerful computer to just run every single fucking possible permutation and one after another, and then basically pick the answer from the list. But these same problems are very hard to actually properly calculate. It's like the difference between working out what someone's password is and actually just typing in every fucking word in the dictionary until you get it right. The first comment you get from your professor was, "You got to be joking." Garthy, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you, dude.
Hey.
Deacon, is that you?
Like the disguise?
We're actually talking about science.
garbage, asshole.
That's science, yo,
Back
as they
off.
say in
Good,
Breaking
right?
Bad.
You're lucky I didn't do one of my face swaps, too. That's the point. The railroad, our old base.
Let's dispense with the chat and just go
Really.
down, down, down,
Let's find
down,
it
because
then.
that's
We
always
gotta
the
do one
nice,
thing
nice
first,
thing to
right?
say
We got
to
a
an
tourist
NPC
here
in Fallout
for
4.
now. So I'm looking for rail signs.
Yeah,
Symbols
talking about
to send messages to each other.
TV, by the way, we were having a
Like
chat
that, we
with
got
the
signs,
Menzie on
counter
Twitter,
signs, dead drops, even a
and
secret
for those of
handshake.
you who like a bit of science fiction, Altered Carbon is a really
Anyway,
good show.
Tourists should have a trail left for
In
us.
fact,
Here we go.
I was really impressed because I've
The arrow in the
watched
center
Blade Runner
indicates a direction.
2049
So our
and
tourist is up ahead. Let's
on.
keep going.
I've watched Blade Runner 2049 and Altered Carbon in fairly quick succession, and I assumed that Altered Carbon would be trash and Blade Runner 2049 would be a masterpiece, and I was really surprised that Blade Runner 2049 was extremely nicely done. The new Blade Runner film is very, very good and very, you know, it's a quality product, but it's not particularly
Sign. Right there.
game changing. It's just didn't think it was that new or refreshing at all, whereas Altered Carbon really was fucking great stuff. Garfi says I've heard great things about Altered Carbon. Yeah, it's not perfect, but I didn't care. Do you know what I mean? I've heard you know, some of the complaints about it being a bit of a mess and a bit confusing and not quite knowing what it wants to achieve, and it's like, well, yeah, that's fair criticism. It's still fucking great though. What are you doing, Deacon? Garfield says, agreed, it's good, but it's also redundant. Are you talking about Blade Runner? Garfi. Pardon, I have to find time to go watch after Altered Carbon and not spend time gaming. Easy said than done. Garfi, I actually, I was deciding whether or not to actually make a quick video about comparing the two, and that's my exact feeling. Exact feeling about Blade Runner. Zoo Fishing says 21 kiloton movie reviews, new way to generate viewers. Well, I do like the movies. I'm not a film expert, like, you know, I know some people like really do their film analysis, and I'm not an expert on film and never studied it or anything, but oh, don't jam me in here, dog. But I have actually Garfi written down some ideas about just comparing Altered Carbon to Blade Runner, because that's my entire thought on Blade Runner. Whilst it's really great and it's really nicely done and all the rest of it, the story in Blade, without any the thing with the story about Blade Runner is it just could have been told, you know, just could have been told in any other fucking era.
Plus,
Ricky
in the
Dalton.
center, that means there's an ally nearby, our tourist. You take point on the conversation. Look, no matter what
Papa
he
Cap
says,
says I'd rather
you
listen
just
to him
say,
talk shit about the
"Mine
Division.
in the shop."
Well, I will
Trust
get my editing socks on tomorrow, I promise. You know what? I'm not carrying a shotgun, so I'm actually going to take that, because the next part of this mission involves a lot of fighting, and I don't know how often I can save. What new disease I'll catch from that one. But yeah, I will get my editing socks on and try and get that one out tomorrow. I mean, it's literally just at the editing stage now. I will say it is. It's kind of.
Excuse me.
Oh, thank God. You have a Geiger counter? Do you have a goddamn
It's actually
Geiger
requiring
counter?
a bit of effort, to cover the division at the moment, because it's like there is no news and there's some really urgent fixes that
I got one built into my Pip-Boy.
Wait, what? Easy there.
there's
You
some
meant to
fixes
say
that really
mine
need
is
to be
in the
done,
shop.
and
That's
they
better.
just
My heart almost
won't
burst
fix
out
them,
of my
and
chest.
it's like,
Who the hell is he?
you know,
HQ said they were
how many
sending
times
one
can you
agent,
just
not
go,
two.
this is
Sorry,
broken, they
I'm
won't
new.
fix it.
He's just showing me the ropes. All right. The wall is my
Pardon,
witness.
I
thought
can't wait to
was
hear what you
dead.
say about the cat that deleted
Goddamn
someone's
time
character.
headquarters bastards got here.
Yeah.
It's all right. We're here now. You're safe.
You think I'm goddamn safe?
Pardon, do I know you under another
Johnson
name?
Jones is goddamn
Are you
crook-thumbed
Exile
sons
by
of
any
bitches.
chance?
The front's fortified to hell. with
Exile
that.
sent me
They placed
the link
mines all
to
over the goddamn place.
those clips,
I appreciate all
and
you've done.
yeah.
I hope it helps. I really do. As soon as it's safe, I'm getting the hell out of here. So if you need anything else, better ask soon.
Garfield the Cat, I won't bore you with my thoughts on Blade Runner 2049 because I could go on for hours, but I feel like the entire reason the story is what it is so Harrison Ford could be in it at his current age. You know what? Yeah, I never really thought about it like that, but yeah, it's
Excuse me.
that could be the reason.
Ricky just a ray of sunshine. You think
That could be the reason. I'd imagine if there were
He doesn't
if
strike
there
me
were
as the
a
dishonest
choice
type.
of six
Yeah, that's
scripts
my
on the
read,
table,
too. First rule in
I
this
could just
business is
imagine
never go against your gut.
the director
So,
going, yeah,
if
we'll
we
go for
take
that one because
him
we
at
can
his
have
word,
Harrison
the
Ford
front
in
door
it.
has mines,
He'll bring in the fans.
synths, and probably other fun and exciting prizes. So we're going in through the escape tunnel.
The tunnel has got to be easier than a frontal assault.
Easier, but no cakewalk. You lead us there, pal.
Yeah, Garfield,
Got you covered.
I'd say that's quite plausible because obviously they must have really wanted to have Harrison Ford in it because, you know, that makes everything infinitely more marketable. I think I'm going to have to backtrack here. Pardon. Unbroken Mango on Twitter and Random Mango on YouTube. I haven't sent you something about State of the Game to my knowledge. Oh, dude, mate. I would say I apologise if I definitely do sometimes blank people. I just do really struggle to remember who everybody is because everybody has different profiles on every platform, and I'm pretty bad at remembering people's actual names in real life. So as you can imagine, in the digital age, that's very hard to constantly peg who's who. But thank you very much for you and Corrupt B for giving me my house, man. That was above and beyond, and I now have it proudly on display on my leveling character that's now level 30. Sorry. Yeah, it was then Exile sent me 2 clips. One of the introduction to Stats with Yannick, which is uncomfortable viewing to say the least, and the other one with that cat, and it was just like, I believe the comment that came with it was, "Oh my god, I can't believe State of the Game are trying to copy the Scruffy idea." Garthy, if you take the actor out of the picture, you could do literally any fucking story in that universe and it would be great. Yeah, it's a fantastic science fiction idea. It's like there's tons of different ethical sort of issues with that whole thing with, you know, AI and stuff. It's absolutely cracking. Right, where the fuck am I going? I'm gonna leave that armor in there actually. The stats with Yannick intro gets more cringy every week. Yeah, it's... You know what? I mean, I think... I'll be honest, I do actually like what they're trying to achieve with the state of the game. You know, making it more of a current affairs show about the game rather than just a technical announcement about which bug fixes they haven't introduced and what Xbox One X patch they haven't got round to doing anything with. So I like the theory behind it, but yeah, it's fucking got a ways to go. Jesus. I haven't seen the show The View, mate, but I'm going to look it up. Doofus says the state of the game is just cringy, period. Yeah, I mean, I honestly... I saw Yannick in the introduction and I just thought, man, he's a good sport. You know, I just thought, shit, you know, he's taken a hit for the team here. You could see he wasn't comfortable, you could see he wasn't happy, and he was clearly just going, oh, fuck it, this is my job, I'm going to bite the bullet and do this even if it makes me look like a tit. But yeah, it was pretty cringy.
Be ready for Gen 1s and 2s.
Even by my standards, and I'm the king of fucking cringe, for Jesus. Yeah, it was uncomfortable viewing.
Let's find a prototype then.
Together with you, I like our odds. First step is to override the security lockdown.
The View. Fuck, I really need to... Mate, I'm just going to quickly Google that before I go any further so I can have a look at The View later after the stream. But yeah, I like what I do genuinely appreciate. I'm not saying this to be nice. I genuinely appreciate the aim behind what they're up to. But yeah, the execution thus far has turned into a bit of a fiasco. I mean, right down to the intro sequence not working properly.
No. Missed one, you cocky bastards. The prototype's deeper inside.
Don't waste your time. It's a bunch of women babbling around a table about nothing important. I'll definitely have a look just in case. Right.
Someone left a rail sign here.
I've really got to replace
we know.
dog meat
We know.
as a companion just for a little while because I'm getting fucked off with him bumping into fucking everything all the fucking time. I'm sure there are some synths near here somewhere.
Is someone present?
Ooh. Irradiated pipe bolt action pistol. So that is basically, if I make that fully automatic, that will deliver 100, with my perks, that will deliver 100 points of radiation damage per bullet. So if I make that fully automatic, that will be like a super accurate fucking overpowered gamma gun.
Appears to be nothing. Perhaps my sensors need calibration.
I'm not going to bother with those Institute pistols because the basic ones scrap down to fuck all. They just take up weight and then they break down into like plastic and a screw or something.
See the box in the center of that rail sign?
Pardon says both sound like the current state of the
Looks like
game.
Maven managed to
If they did
hide
a monthly
something
state of the
before.
game, if there was no news, then that would work for me.
Look around.
Yeah, I would really like. I mean, I said this in my last video about the. You know, they were talking about getting the graffiti artists on. Stuff like that's fucking really brilliant idea. You know, like a proper TV show would be pleased to get guests like that on, and they've got like the perfect opportunity to get some really fascinating people on the show
Tinker
and
managed to turn on the defensives.
do some
Barely
actual
slowed the coursers down.
guides about
Hey,
builds and gear, and you know, they could have like, you know, get people like Cal, you know, they could stream some really interesting.
I don't think you've ever seen a courser, but they're
One sec.
top of the line in Institute. Let's fuck up your day tech. There shouldn't be any coursers in here, but if there are, just run.
Sorry about that. Yeah, they, you know, with today's sort of, you know, just with like basic comms. What's he doing up there? With today's sort of basic comms, you know, it's so easy. They could just set up some kind of joint live stream with people remotely, like they do with the interviews with Redstorm, and they could get guests on the show every week, like Cal, Buzz Lightyear, Uber Timmy, you know, Marco. You know, there's a ton of people that they could just get on the show every week and interview and get them talking about actual shit in the game and tactics, you know, how to counter Predator, you know, what exotic damage resilience will counter. Just, you know, it's like any other TV show. There's a lot of opportunities, and there's a lot of interesting people who would happily throw themselves at it. And instead we get Stats with Yannick, where Yannick comes on and explains to us that we've done another 10 million fucking Lexington runs during a global event, and it's like, fuck. Really? We, you know, we are aware we did a lot of Lexington runs, thanks, because we did them.
Another active terminal.
But yeah, I can't stress enough.
Power 'em up. We can give our friends a little surprise.
I can see what they're trying to do. But, yeah, they kind of need to sort it out. I mean, it was fucking embarrassing the way that the intro sequence just royally fucked up. It did it on the first time they used it. It did it on Thursday. You know, just the whole thing fucking breaks down, and it's like, come on guys, fix it. Papa Cat says they ruined PvP build diversity. That's what fucked it up for me. Sorry, you said something earlier about, was it you said you played in one? Yeah. I loved 1.7. I'm a PvPer though since 1.8. I just quit playing. It's a joke.
Hostile sensor reading detected.
Fuck me, set me on fire, bitch. I'm gonna get back behind this wall and get something to eat. Go get him, dog. Oh, God, body blocked by fucking everybody. Yeah, God, you know my thoughts. I generally feel that didn't mean to eat that one, but definitely check out. Watch. I mean, if you've watched any of my videos, you must have heard of Upper Echelon. I think it's Sank was the guy from Upper Echelon, but he recently did a really good video about the history of metas and stuff like that in the game, and sort of comparing how the Division balances gear compared to other games, and how, you know, how they basically pretty heavy-handed about it. You know, each patch produces a new meta, and yeah, he kind of says the same. I kind of agree with him. It's like they tend to just rebalance everything, so it's like, right, this patch, this is the build that you need, And also, I do think that for PvP, I mean, this is a bit controversial because I'm a PvE mate, so I shouldn't even really be fucking discussing PvP because I know very little about it other than third-party stuff. But I've always generally felt like there is this certain kind of four-man squad of players who go to the DZ, and they've got that certain set of acceptable tactics, you know, and they're all running around with, and they, you know, twin ARs or whatever it is, and like duking it out at close range in four-man squads. And it's always that kind of, they all seem to be compromising the rest of the game to appease that section of the community. I don't know if statistically they're the most common player or something, but it always feels a bit like, you know, something's problematic in the DZ, and as soon as I hear that something's been identified as pissing off PvPers in the DZ, I just suddenly, you know, the clock starts ticking in my head. I just start to think, yeah, that's fucked. No point grinding that gear then, because, you know, if people are saying that it's ruining the DZ, it will get fucked over soon. And I think the problem is they've done it so many times now that there's very little left that isn't really affected by that negatively. Rico says, is Fallout 5 coming out this year? Sorry, I'm having a good old vape while I can. I have no positive information about that, but I would hazard a guess, absolutely not coming out in 2018, probably not in 2019, maybe 2020. I say that just because they are never in a rush with the Fallout games. People happily, you know, the Fallout games have very long life expectancies. You know, people play them for years and then they play them with mods and, you know, shit. People still play Fallout 3 in New Vegas. They're in no rush, but they are definitely doing some other really big projects. Aren't they doing some kind of sci-fi MMO-ish or squad-based game? Yeah, I think I think they very much don't want to put all of their eggs into one basket with Skyrim and the Fallout franchise. I think that these other new games are going to come out, and they will be working slowly and surely on a new Skyrim game and a new Fallout game, and they will release them when they're good and ready. Pardon says they know stuff into the ground so often, Striker, Pred and Nomad are going to be changed and probably overly done when they just need minor tweaks along the lines that Marco suggested. But you're right, and they're going to destroy the sets at some point. Yeah, but mate, I mean, spoiler alert, that's pretty much what I've put in tomorrow's video. My attitude is, well, they've released them now. People have spent fucking a whole week grinding them. Then they've spent lots of money and div tech optimizing them. If they now just go, yeah, let's nerf Nomad and Predators, they will just fucking destroy the morale of a lot of players. It's, you know, if they make any changes, it should be very subtle, but more precisely, I think they need to make sure they're working as they're supposed to, and they also want to make sure that all of the counters work, and that's me quoting Cal, who knows a lot more about it than me. And then maybe improve some of the abilities in the other sets to make them more viable as a counter. But yeah, if they just pile in with a sledgehammer and just fucking break them, then it's just like, well, why the fuck did you release them in the first place? Why the fuck did you let people invest so much time and effort and in-game resources on those pieces of equipment if you're then just going to break them and make them useless? Garfield the Cat, they haven't put Skyrim on every console on Earth yet.
Hello.
Shit.
Found you.
An enemy may be
You are one creepy fucking robot.
platform.
Oh, thank you, Vats. But,
Most efficient attack.
you know what? I might actually
Bye-bye,
pick up
Gen
one of
1.
those.
Prepare to be shocked. Not every
One of those
slow-nosed
guns.
Joe has a massive
They haven't put Skyrim on every console on
You're
Earth
entering a
yet.
secret defense intelligence agency research lab.
Was
a
it,
place that never
Jim
officially
Sterling?
Existed. It's called
Jim's-
the Switchboard. The
Jim
prototype is
Sterling
locked
made a
up in the
video
heart of the facility.
talking about just basically listing all of the different versions of Skyrim and platforms that they've released Skyrim on, and it's fucking ridiculous. It's just kind of like they've managed to put Skyrim on, you know, fucking everything, and it's now isn't it on the? They just released it for the Nintendo Switch. Right, I'm gonna loot up this room. So I'm going really slowly today because I'm literally just reading chat and talking too much and not doing enough killing. But I'm gonna loot up and then go through this next door. Ooh. Still waiting for it and the Acorn Electron. You joke. You joke. It's not entirely impossible. They put it on fucking everything else. But it is, isn't it, on something like it's on something like 6 platforms. I couldn't name 6 fucking platforms off the top of my head. But I think it's on 6 fucking platforms in total. So. That'll do for now. Rico says, is the season pass worth getting for Fallout 4? Absolutely. Absolutely. You will periodically hear me and other people griping, saying some standard line like, we preferred the DLC in Fallout 3 and New Vegas because it was 4 discrete story DLCs and everybody liked that more, blah blah blah.
Detected.
And that's
Curious.
and that is true.
Overactive sensors. Nothing more.
That is true, but nevertheless, it's still cracking DLC. I think depending on how people want to classify it, it's 2 or 3 story missions and then other content. Garfy says, oh, good research. Good science skills. PC, PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PlayStation VR. McDad75. Hello, mate. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, good research skills, Garthy. But yeah, Rico, it's, how can I put it? It's, you know, it's fucking Fallout. You know, Fallout players will, you know, a bit like Division. Well, actually, I won't compare it to the Division. But you know, we'll constantly gripe about the difference between various Fallout games, and I preferred this, and so preferred that. But the reality is, I personally think they're all fucking brilliant games, and I think the DLCs are very good.
Bingo.
Yeah, I mean, considering 2 of the DLCs are pretty fucking huge, and I mean huge. Far Harbor. I mean, I haven't finished Far Harbor. just going to quickly see if one of these guys has got a better Institute weapon. Yeah, I mean... But yeah, I think it's still on offer on Steam at the moment. Is it 12th of Feb someone linked to me? But yeah, fuck it. I would just say there's very few games where I would say, fuck it, just buy it. But if you've bought Fallout 4, just get the DLC. No questions asked. That's absolutely... Yeah.
Security's too good.
Dad says no problem. I enjoy your YouTube channel. Thank you, mate.
Hostile
If
sensor reading
you've just
detected.
joined us, I will be trying to get out a video tomorrow. Am I being a dumb? Oh fuck me! What a
Please reveal
stupid
yourself.
fuck I am.
I was in error. Odd. No enemy
Sensors
scanners
are in
must be
error.
malfunctioning.
No enemy detected.
I just assumed there were so many terminals in that room. I just assumed the door would be protected.
Why are you hiding? Appears
Rico
2-0.
says it's $75 on PS4 at the moment.
Sensitivity of my sensors
It-
clearly needs
It's
adjustment.
regularly on sale, mate. I would.
I have detected you.
It's regularly on sale. I mean, it's, you know, it's been out for a while, so if you can be patient, I would get it on offer.
Attacking humans.
I mean, I would, these days, I would say that with any game. I mean, I think it's...
Shutting down.
I think it's worth the money at full price. But you know how it is. Games are regularly on sale.
I regret any suffering you may incur.
You know, if you can get it on sale, get it on sale. Garfy says Fallout 4 is dirt cheap on Xbox right now. That's worth knowing, thank you. Yeah, it's on in the UK. I guess I've got to remember that there will be differences between territories and platforms and territories, if you know what I mean. But yeah, Europe, it's on sale on Steam, I think, till the 12th. Oh fuck! I've got my fucking laser musket.
Combat subroutine. Eliminating all hostiles.
Garth says, for fuck's sake, why are people not all in the UK?
Here my target has disappeared.
Yes,
They were wild.
not everybody likes rain. Although fucks, now you got nice global warming. I've got to admit the weather in the UK is actually it's pretty much warm most of the year now. Rico says 75 Australian. So is that about 35 quid? About $40? Because if it's about $40, fuck it, just get it, man. It's... If you're liking the...
Nice.
If you and your other half are enjoying the main game, then no brainer. Just get the DLC. Because it's, and if you're liking base building and stuff like that, there's just lots more content. Garfy the cat, I'd rather have rain than massive fucking spiders that eat your family. Oh god. Yeah, funny enough, I did watch a program the other day, and yeah, Australia is not shirking when it comes to
Is someone present?
animals that
Was unsuccessful. Now you must die.
will fuck with you. Oh, stop pushing me out, NPCs. go for that shot. McDad says, I love how people think it's so dangerous here. Yeah, I suppose it's the perception. It's funny, like it's like that with the States. It's I've actually camped in quite a few places in the States, you know, and everywhere you go, it's like, you know, oh, you got to be careful of bears here. You got to be careful of, you know, spiders here, and you know, everywhere I went, there was some kind of health advisory about what was about to kill me. And in the end, the only time I ever almost got myself killed in America was actually in a bloody motel, literally outside my door. There was some kind of pit viper, a massive fucking poisonous snake that was sunning itself on the concrete, and I almost trod on it wearing fucking flip-flops. And it was like weird, of all the places, and I was sleeping in the fucking woods in the national parks and all the places where I could have run into something nasty. The only place where I did actually run into something nasty was next to a fucking car park in a bloody motel. Obviously, I'm sure it's fine really, but the idea that you can't move for deadly snakes amuses me. Yeah, it's definitely how it is portrayed abroad, I would say. I like these hazmat suits, even though I'm not actually sure they're particularly useful. Right, what are we doing next? I think there's a big scrap through that door, isn't there? I would actually really like to go. I've never been to Australia. I would very much like to go one day.
Yes. There's an elevator at the end of the hall. It should be a hell of a lot easier fighting the chrome domes on this side of the minefield.
My dad says, can I post a photo? Yeah, absolutely, mate. I mean, I think there's an automatic thing that stops certain swear words, but I'm trying to turn everything off. I don't mind. People can do whatever they want in the chat. I don't mind. I mean, if it's, as long as it's, you know, within the bounds of human decency, like no death threats or anything, apart from something that would constitute breaking the law. Do what you want. God, I really have thrown the doors open to some trolling there, haven't I? Right. The Deliverer is a fantastic gun, although I've got to admit, it's a bit fucking ridiculous that a little .380 pistol is the most powerful pistol in the game. An auto mod for swear words. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I turned it off, but for some reason it's turned back on. 1 second. Don't know what the fuck this does, but let's have a look. Garvey says, I mean, I'd test it, but I also don't want to get banned by a bot. I think I think it. Yeah. Well, until I know how to unban people, maybe don't chance it. But I think unless you say something like "cunt," it won't do anything. Very occasionally and randomly, it will just suddenly go, "Oh, allow or deny," and it seems to be certain. They've obviously graded swear words. You know, some are okay swear words and some are not okay swear words.
There we go.
But some seem to get past them. And some don't. But yeah, I really need to make sure that shit's turned off. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, my attitude is it's all about what people are saying. You know, the words they use to say it. You know, none of my business. You know what I mean? I'm not anybody's mum. Right, let's get the fuck out of Dodge. Yeah, here you go. Garfield the Cat said, graded, lol, a cunt is a cunt to me, Kappa, and that actually has come up as allow or deny? Allow. Ah, thank you, mate. McDad's posted a picture and tagged me. Yeah, it's funny. It always makes me laugh when sometimes.
Detected. Curious. It would appear your attempt at stealth has failed.
I always find it vaguely amusing that certain people get quite morally righteous and triggered by my use of language. You know, and they'll use some kind of phraseology like, you know, God, can't he learn to speak properly? It's like, well, fuck them. I mean, fucking Shakespeare and Chaucer's full of fucking swear words, and the only reason it doesn't sound like that is because it's written in old-fashioned language. But I mean, if you've ever read like a modern or heard like a modern version of the classics, I mean, it's, you know, Shakespeare's fucking filthy. Wow, I really made a fucking meal out of that. Fusion core, thank you. Duct tape. Glue. Fantastic product. Perfect for sticking things together and for solvent abuse. I'm not advocating solvent abuse, by the way. I'm not saying that for legal reasons. I just think it's a really skanky way to get wasted. Not that I've tried it, and I genuinely haven't tried it. I've seen some people at the local mall who have, and they do not look healthy.
Right. The line. To power up the elevator.
Pretty sure when I get out of here, we're going to run into a bunch of fucks. Come on, get in.
Going up.
What am I doing? How am I doing for weight? So tin cans and aluminium cans. I just can't fucking walk past them without looting them. Ooh, tuxedo. Sorry. The reason I'm getting excited about this random shit is just I've got all these ideas in my head for themed brothels. Because I want to get a bit more varied with some of the designs. Like, have one that's completely done like Clockwork Orange. I want one where, in fact, I won't spoil the surprise, but that's, you know, when I see certain items of clothing and I get really super excited, that's because I have these master plans that I'm working on in the background. Meet Deacon at the Old North Church. Right, I think I don't know if I can get out of here without getting my arse shot. It's in the bag. Hostile as fuck. Groovy.
Hello.
Fucking bastard. Tell you what, their energy weapons are doing. I mean, I'm playing overly cautiously, but their energy weapons are doing fuck all to this body armor. By the way. Oh, good work, Deacon. Those of you who didn't get the reference from Groovy, if anybody who likes The Walking Dead, dear fuck. Oh, fuck. For those of you who have who like Evil Dead, fucking hell, I hope you have checked out Ash versus the Evil Dead. Ash versus the Evil Dead is fucking brilliant TV show, and I did just see that comment.
We got what we came for. Let's split up and meet back at the catacombs.
Garfy says, "Oh shit, you discovered Lexington." Yeah, I saw Lexington. I saw Lexington in some texting game the other day. Yeah, it chills my fucking blood, man. Every time I see that word now, and God, somewhere else.
I got all day if you do.
We made a good team.
I saw Lexington as a place in real life. Lexington written down somewhere in some location, and even then, just the word Lexington, it's just like, yeah, it chills the temperature of my fucking blood, man. It's like, oh, it is the purgatory of the Division. It is quite amusing. I have kind of very fond memories of Lexington, but at the same time, very soul-crushing memories. I've spent far too much time there grinding for Barretts. Fucking Jesus. Just, oh God. If I found out someone ended up having to get fucking counselling because of bloody Lexington, I wouldn't be entirely surprised. Right, I'm pretty sure there are frag mines fucking everywhere. Pretty sure last time I came out of this building I realised that there are... Yeah, it's pretty... Yeah, I'm going to pick these up because they're free shit. If I ever go to New York again, I want to go to Lexington Avenue and pay my respects. Yeah, dude, seriously, I actually would... How am I going to do this without fucking dying? That is on my bucket list now. I would actually... 1 second. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to make that one. Yeah, I would actually like to make that journey. I'd actually like to do a proper trip to New York. Funny enough, I have actually been to New York quite a few times. But before I got into the Division, but I would like to go back and do the whole gig, you know, go and do the religious Division pilgrimage and visit all of the locations. But yeah, it's pretty safe to say I'll be taking some fucking ironic pictures of myself outside of Lexington if I get there. I understand it looks quite similar. I seem to have some vague memory of the Lexington Event Centre. And it's pretty comparable, I think. But shit, I reckon I could probably sit down and build, you know, do an entire fucking map, plan, 3-dimensional fucking model, the works of Lexington. Just close my eyes. I've done it so many times now. I literally could just draw the blueprint for the place. But then again, I guess probably most of us could at this juncture. I'm actually going to wrap this up pretty shortly. I know it's a very short stream. For those of you who don't know, I am kind of pretty much, you know, still got some work to do on setting up the channel, and got someone who's going to help me with some livery, and I'm kind of learning the trade, as it were, and also racking up you know, there's this stuff you do on Twitch, you rack up a certain amount of unique days and all the rest of it. So, you know, some of these streams are, you know, maybe not as well thought through and as planned as I would like, but I've got to just make myself come online and do the stream regularly to get into the habit and get practiced and all of the rest of it. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys watching. I'm having a fucking time of my life. I'm not sure whether some of these streams are particularly interesting for anybody watching, but I'm having fun. But yeah, thank you very much for coming to watch. I'm going to head up to Sanctuary if anyone's got any questions about the game or anything. My main advice to you, Rico, is yes. Just, you know, if you got the spare money in your entertainment budget for the month, definitely go for it. Cass 679 says go in and kill Laurie Barrett if you do go there. Jesus, I'd probably be too traumatized. I wonder what it's like inside. I don't know what it's like inside, or who's in there, or anything. If I go in there and there's not fucking blood stains up the walls and stab JTF people, I probably won't feel at home. Oh fuck! You may have seen the Menzies comments on Twitter about having nightmares about the phrase "ain't this some shit?" And yes, the words echo through my soul. Garvey says it's all good. Perseverance is the key. Thank you, mate. And I think, yeah, wise words. Yeah, I will. I think I said this, but I will also be doing some different games soon. And I want to do one of the Metro games because the third installment of the Metro series is coming out this year, and in anticipation of that, because I really like the Metro series, and the first two Metro games they're always on sale for pennies. I mean, the director's cut or the extended version of the game is sometimes on sale for a couple of quid. The first Metro one, it's Metro Last Light and Metro 2036, I think. I can't remember the exact name of the first one, but the first game's often on for a couple of quid. Hi,
how are you?
I'm hopeful about the third game, so I'll be doing some of that. I kind of avoided some really hectic first-person shooters because it's Metro 2033. Thank you, McDad. Because for those of you who've streamed, it is actually very difficult to stream and talk. I've kind of veered away from, I'd like to stream some more Battlefield, but I just don't know whether I would actually say much at all. But fuck it, practice makes perfect. Let's see what we've got in here. That's a howling from...
We're not going to make very good time with being so loaded. Down.
Right, well. So, just to round this off. On a little Pimp Empire is nearly the first phase is nearly finished, which is I've almost got complete domination over the top half of the map. I've got a couple of three bases up here I need to unlock and attach some provisioner lines, and then that will be done. And obviously I'm going to go down to the Old North Church to finish Tradecraft, and then I'll have my ballistic weave, and then I'll be that'll be a bit of a game changer because I'll be able to build some very heavy duty non-power armor. The combination of the military fatigues, you can upgrade that to be something ridiculous like 400 armor or something sick, and you can put combat armor and shit like that on top, so that will get silly. And yeah, then we'll do some quests and head south. Just going to look at comments before I go. You still play much Division, says McDad. Yeah, although as I've said before, the problem with global events and the fucking ridiculous RNG is that myself and quite a lot of players who really into the Division but play other games as well, is that when the GE is on, that whole week becomes about the GE, and every spare moment you've got, you fucking just grind the GE, and then that's like a quarter of your month, a quarter of your game time month has just been burned on GE, and then when it's over, my playing time drops, bottoms right out. And I know a lot of people who are doing exactly the same thing. So yeah, I'm still playing the game. It's just I tend to hit it really fucking hard during the GE, then barely play it for 2 or 3 weeks, and then start playing it again. But I'm actually going to be on over the weekend, and I didn't get the full Tactician or Alpha Bridge build, and I stumbled across Buzz Lightyear's video tonight for his Electra Bridge build that he did, and I suddenly thought, fuck, I've got ninja bags, I've got Barrett's chests, I've got nearly a full set of Alpha Bridge classified, nearly a full set of of Tacticians classified. I'm almost certainly got everything I need to do a classified version of his Electra Bridge, which is it's kind of like a pretty heavy duty electrical PvE build that does massive turret damage because of all of the weapon perks that you have. So I'll probably be on more this week because I want to experiment and build that. But yeah, Dad says there's a free-to-play Metro Conflict, The Origin. I didn't know that. Something for me to have a little look at. Metro. I didn't even know that existed. I'm not sure if that is the same. Yeah, I don't. I'm not sure if that's the same franchise, but I'll know by the next time I do a stream. Yeah, and that's I think that's a different a different game. Red Duck looks like a different company. Right. Yeah, it's different series, McDad. Yeah, it's almost GE only now. Yeah, I agree. I know a lot of players who I only see them in GE. And I know I keep saying this. Cass679 says you play much on PS4. I've stopped dead because I'm doing a lot on the GE, and I have barely touched the game on either console. And I really should, because I do fucking love the leveling experience, and my PS4 character is only something like level 14. So yeah, if I can pull my thumb squarely out of my arse and get on PS4, I should, because I know I'll really enjoy it. The second I've powered up the game, I'll be having fun. So yeah, I will do that. McDad says I like the GE because I get to spread the fuck out. I regret not having the time to. I did actually prepare a video for Ambush, but I had to choose between doing the GE. I'm just going to put this guy on an auto walk so the screen's moving while I'm walking around. One sec. There we go. So people don't think their screens are frozen. Yeah, I just reached that point where it's like I got to choose. I'd make this video. I was like really busy that week. I'd make this video and I don't get any fucking gear, and risk the GE ending with me not having a single fucking full set, or I'd just basically sack the video and get some gear sets. And in the end, I got 2 of 4. But it'll come around again. In fact, I'm a bit perplexed why they're announcing the GE's running again as some kind of big deal. Because, maybe I've had a fucking stroke or something. But I thought the whole point of the fucking GE's, and what was said about the GE's when they were first announced, was there would be GE's every month. Each one would release a gear set, and then when all the gear sets were out, it would go back to the beginning, rinse and repeat. And they were supposed to be every month, but because they're all new, they're taking much longer to actually sign off on. So they're kind of coming every 6-7 weeks. But I thought the whole fucking show was that we would have a GE every month on rotation. So that's kind of been announced now. And it's a bit like, well, yeah, that's what you said at the start. But I don't know whether they changed their plans and then they got permission to do it or what. But that was always what they said at the beginning. So Ambush will come back round again, and you will have the ambush tactics, which isn't spread the fuck out, but I hope you like that one as much. Well guys, I am going to boost off. Thank you very much for your patience, and thank you for the interesting questions and comments. I am going to go and head off and do my stream based research now on television programs. Check out that game, Metro Conflict, and check Twitter. But Dad, thanks for streaming. Thank you very much for watching, mate. Right, guys. Good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.